Hey, um, totally wasn't prepared for that because I made all of my other updates on my phone. But a lot has happened since I've updated last. Not sure how different my voice will be from then. Um, so I just had top surgery 2 days ago. Might seem kind of drastic from the last couple posts. I keep looking around, but there's nobody here. um, I don't look my best right now, obviously. But I will travel back a little bit. I think the last time I updated was a voice compare. Oh, something popping up on my computer. Ignore, ignore, ignore. All right. Um, was me updating my voice or something? Might have been me singing, which I may or may not post on there because I'm not anything special. I was just doing it for me. Um, But since then, law school let out for the summer. I did great. I can't complain at all with my grades. Every semester I've raised my GPA, so that's good. Um, and from there, I came out more to family and was getting more stubborn. Sorry if I keep looking down. My mom just left. I'll get to that point in a minute, but just making sure she's okay in an Uber by herself. Um, But yeah, so I was getting a little bit more stern with some family. I picked up going to counseling a bit more to work on myself because I've come to the conclusion that that's what I need to do right now. Um, so where do I even start? I guess I could say that I was contacted during my last month of school by my surgeon. I chose to come down here to uh, Plano, Texas, however you'd say it, Plano. I've heard people say it differently while I was down here, but it's right outside of Dallas. I'm actually staying in Dallas. I'm here right now to see Dr. Peter Raphael at the American Institute for Plastic Surgery down here. I would highly recommend them to everybody. Fantastic staff. They're all very nice. He's a great guy himself. He was complimenting me every single day in and out. Made me feel like $1,000,000 about something that I was very self-conscious about. So I was contacted by a person from his office about a month out from school who was like, "Oh, by the way, we have an opening now." And I wasn't prepared with money, but I knew that every day things were just getting harder and harder. I had waited 6 years before openly coming out to everybody, and I was going to therapy for all those years to figure things out, and I just got to that point where enough was enough. So I kind of just pulled the trigger on that and said yes, even though I was saving money for a couple of years, but my procedure itself cost $6,750, I think. Yeah, because $750 was for the liposuction. I had double mastectomy with it's free nipple grafts that they give you, and then you have the option of paying for liposuction as well. And I did go for that. I had a few people ask why I chose to come down here. I've heard nothing but great things about him as a surgeon. I kind of wanted a little getaway for myself, mental clarity. I knew depression was a big thing after top surgery, and being from New York, I didn't really have the faith in the surgeons there, as bad as that sounds. I've seen a lot of botched nipples and results that I wasn't happy with, and this is something that I want to be proud of. Even though it's early in my transition, I feel like going forward I'll be more comfortable in my transition, seeing as I've done the mental transition for all these years. So, I came down here, today is Friday, I came down on Monday with my mom, and I am staying in an Airbnb right now, which I'll just show a quick clip of at the end, I guess, for myself down the road to remember. Wasn't bad at all. It was like $640 or something for the 10 days, and it's one bedroom, got a full kitchen, the bathroom's right here. I'm currently in the bedroom, and then there's a living room, balcony. There's 2 pools in this complex to use, and we're like 15 minutes away from the surgery center. With how busy the traffic is in downtown Dallas, it's 45 minutes from the airport. But, I mean, even that's not that bad. Just taking Ubers everywhere. Uber everywhere. Anyway, wow, I'm such an idiot. So, that's what we've been doing with that. Yeah. So we flew in. We got lost trying to find this apartment because the host of the Airbnb, it was like 1 a.m. when we came in. He thought we would be here way earlier, and he must have gone to bed for the night, so we couldn't find the unit, and we were locked outside until about 3 when we finally decoded what he gave us as instructions and found this unit. So that started off the trip kind of rocky, but we made that. And then I went in for my pre-op on Tuesday. That went well, just signing the paperwork, signing my life away, paid them, and then they had me go in at 10 on Wednesday, the 14th, which worked out for me because 14 is my favorite number, and my birthday is a month from that date. And yeah, it was pretty painless. All of it, to be honest. I was expecting worse. So I went in the day of surgery. They brought me in the room. They took some pictures the day before at the pre-op. I kind of hung out in a pre-op room for a little bit. Then I think it was around like noon or 1 when they actually brought me in for surgery. I was, I think, the 6th procedure that day. And they were doing noses and all kinds of other stuff too, which I didn't really realize. So they brought me in. It was moments before the anesthesia hit me and I was out. I woke up and they gave me some graham crackers and I was out the door. So it wasn't really anything that bad at all. They gave me medicine for nausea. I haven't had any muscle spasms. I haven't had any. I've had a little like twitch going on, which I guess could be considered a muscle spasm, in my right nipple. But it's just like a little. It's weird. It's like not even a full twitch. It's kind of like when your stomach is about to growl, but then it doesn't. It's like weird, but it's in my nipple. So, I guess it could be worse, right? So, yeah, I guess I can show. It's all bandaged up. Today I was able to take a sponge bath, which felt nice, even though it's only been a couple days. I'm very bloated. Medications have backed me up a bit, but overall I don't feel depressed. I mean, knock on wood, I don't feel that yet. You can probably see it's fairly flat. I have some pictures that I can either upload on here at some point or whatever. But yeah, it's like fine. It's not even what I expected. I expected a lot worse. I didn't have drains. That's another reason why I chose my surgeon over, like Dr. Garamoni was the other one I was torn between. My best friend went to him, and I wasn't really sure which one, but it was cheaper to go here in Texas, and it had the liposuction was cheaper. It was about like $8,000 plus travel for me to go to Florida, but it was just under $7,000 for here. So here is a picture. I know it's a little bit of a glare of my chest today. It's a little hard to reach you up there. But yeah. So that is what we got so far. Next Wednesday, yep, I go in for my last post-op, and I should be able to see my nipples. I haven't been able to see that yet. They're taped up until then. But yeah, I'm excited. It's been great. I finally was able to go back on T today. I actually gave myself my shot for that. I had to stop taking T for 3 weeks, which sucked. It was like the mental component of it just messed with me a little bit, especially because up until now I have only been like 2 months on T since starting again, because like I've said in another video, I took that one shot 6 years ago. But yeah, things are looking up. Even not being on T, I've noticed changes. My voice kind of stayed here. Mentally, I feel like it got higher again. That it could have. I don't think that happens, but it's probably just me in my head. I've gotten more leg hair in that time. Chin hair, you can't see it here right now. It's not really anything substantial. And little mustache hairs, they're definitely coming in a lot more. So, That stuff is exciting. I was a little worried about that. Oh, I have a little happy trail and some hair coming in on my stomach. Not on my chest, but just on my stomach so far. So, those are kind of the updates. I thought this was going to be way longer than it was. Just aside from the surgery itself, which is obviously such a monumental thing for me, trying to make the most of that, I've had a lot of negativity in my life coming from like family struggling to switch over to pronouns and like my preferred name. I had my legal name change petition sent in and granted, but I wanted a sealed not indictment. Sorry, I work at the DA, so I was used to saying indictment, but sealed record, because I just don't want everybody that I don't want to have access to all of my past stuff. Like, I don't have anything to hide, but I don't want to apply somewhere and have my birth name come up every time and essentially out myself anytime I try to buy a house or open a bank account or, whatever. I just kind of want to live my life and not have to constantly have that thrown in my face even more. Plus, it's still dangerous. I'm not worried about like being targeted or anything, but you never know where the world's going, and I'd like to not have to worry about that. And I work for a family law firm that is handling my name change for me, and I recommended somebody to get her name legally switched over, and she did it. It was painless. It was like ripping off a Band-Aid. It happened in a week. Everything was sealed. It's in the same county that mine was in. The judge was fantastic about it. And of course, I get the jerk judge that says no. So we have to put up a fight about that, which I'm not excited about because that could have already been changed. But now I'm still in this limbo. I held a fundraiser to raise money for my surgery. I made a decent amount. I didn't make as much as I thought I would or hoped I would. I don't know if my expectations were a little high, but some family that I thought would be there weren't there. Some friends blew it off. I was a little upset about that, but what are you going to do? Yeah, I don't know. I can't really dwell on things like that anymore. I find that I'm mentally exhausted and I don't really have the time to sit and be upset over small things. And I want better for my life now, and I want to be more positive and like healthier overall, mentally, physically. So it kind of just is what it is. So that being said, I do plan on updating more, especially now that I'm back on T and some of those changes. I planned on making a video before even flying out here with kind of more in-depth about that updated family stuff, but I just was so overwhelmed, to be honest. So I'll give a quick tour of this apartment. Hopefully this computer isn't too heavy here. Alright, ignore my non-flattering angles. So this is one of the hardest parts about this, believe it or not, is going to the bathroom. So be prepared to struggle with that. This is the bathroom, and then there's like a huge closet back there that's like the size of a bedroom. I don't even need to show you that though. It's not exciting. And then we have front door, closet area, kitchen. Mom just left and I'm by myself for a couple hours until I have somebody come in to open it up. The couch I've been living on because I have to be propped up. Bye, guys.